Yo, what is going on, guys? All I got to say is just wow. This is why I don't care about the price drops at all. I mean, at all, because the long-term value and utility of this currency actually just makes so much sense to actually happen, and it's a matter of when and not if. But the last part of the video, we're going to discuss about the so-called Goldman Sachs not getting into crypto and why it's complete BS. So the first thing, let's go ahead and discuss. This literally came out on Twitter, I kid you not, about 20 minutes ago. And here you can see, clearly Chris Larsen says it right there. Chris Larsen, Executive Chairman of Ripple's Board of Directors. And we have an interesting statement on the slide, which clearly states over 100 plus production contracts signed. This is not a partnership of trial, because Ripple, I think, has 160, 170, don't quote me on that, somewhere in that ballpark area of actual partners. But a production contract is completely different. A production contract is meaning that, yeah, they're partnered with Ripple, but they also do 100% plan to take the technology, and they make a commitment to the technology to take it into a production and commercial state. So I know we got the breadcrumb of like one production contract per week, and then now in Q3 they're signing more than 2 production contracts per week, but now it is 100% confirmed that it is over 100 production contracts signed for Ripple, the company. Clearly, Chris Larsen even says it on the slide. This is at Crypto Finance Conference, or Crypto FinCon. So Chris Larsen, it's clearly him, Ripple's board of directors, executive chairman, and the slide explicitly states there's over 100 production contracts signed. This means over 100 banks and PSPs have made a commitment to Ripple, the company, to go live with their products. Now, there's no data on what's X current, is this an X rapid, but still the fact that this company that we're investing into the same ecosystem as them is that they have over 100 companies pledge to take the technology from beta into commercial production. And I could almost guarantee you guys there is obviously going to be some X-Rapid production contracts. We do know that some companies have planned to use X-Rapid. But the fact that Ripple, the company, has over 100 production contracts, over 100 individual companies coming to Ripple, signing an agreement saying that they will 100% take this technology into production for commercial use for the clients. This is seriously huge, guys. And people on Twitter were saying, "Hey, can we see? Can we try to find out who these companies are?" Now, this picture is actually, it's not blurry, but when you watch, you can see it right here. It's not really blurry, but when you zoom in, it's kind of hard to tell. Like this bank, I have no clue. That's like CIBC, Standard Chartered, Santander, Lian Pay, SCB, SBI Group, Axis Bank, Cambridge FX. Don't know about that. SBI Remit, that looks like. And that might be the American Express, AC Bank. That's Yes Bank, because that check mark you can see right there. So that's just who they're showing. I mean, we don't know who the 100 plus companies are. Maybe unlike the companies up on the board, who I think are mostly, for the most part, publicly stated, a lot of the production contracts, for all we know, could be these companies who haven't even publicly disclosed that they do want to use the technology. So guys, it's honestly, this just gives me confidence. I mean, being a YouTuber and looking at the news each day, I mean, I know a lot of you guys, you may watch YouTubers just to get info, or you like watching YouTubers because it gives you kind of a reassurance of what you're invested in is actually good. But when we're invested in the same ecosystem of a company who has signed over 100 production contracts to essentially invest into that ecosystem, not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. All right, guys, so last quick part of this video. As you do know, today the crypto market has dropped a good amount, and I do have an opinion I kind of would like to share on that. So originally, if you go to the Business Insider article, I do not want to pay the $9 a month just to see this article, but you can see slightly right here. It says, in response to, this is so-called a statement from a Goldman Sachs spokesperson, and it says, in response to client interest in various digital products, we are exploring how best to serve them in the space, a company spokesman said. At this point, we have not reached a conclusion on the scope of our digital asset offering. And the interesting thing is, in this whole article, they do not cite what spokesperson said so. This is where, guys, a lot of the crypto media, you gotta fact check. I mean, fact check me, even because sometimes I might come on some fake media on accident. So I mean, the funny thing is Business Insider, being this so-called reputable finance magazine, they still don't even have a source for this, and all they state is that a spokesperson said this. Now, here's the fascinating part. CNBC, they come out with an article saying they're covering the same exact topic, but the thing is, though, is that that the most significant thing here is that it says Goldman Sachs would not confirm the report to CNBC and repeated its only public comment on the matter. And Goldman Sachs' only public comment on the matter is that they do plan to get into crypto custody and digital asset services, open up a trading desk essentially. So when CNBC, they go to contact Goldman Sachs and ask them, hey, can you confirm or deny the statement? They said Goldman would not confirm that statement to CNBC, and they repeated what they said publicly, which is we plan to open up a trading desk. And as well, to bring a little bit of manipulation, Crypto Coin News is saying that this AI tracked unusual market behavior before today's big crypto drop. Again, like that article that was brought up from I think 2 months ago. It's a transfer of wealth for the individual to the institution. Institutions have been doing this since the dawn of time with the gold rush. This guy bought up all the newspapers and started spreading fear that the government was going to take all the land, and then ended up buying all these claims because a lot of people were panic selling them. .com bubble. Once it was about a couple years before that big boom, they were saying, oh, dumb money's buying into stocks, or dumb money's buying into tech stocks. And what happens? It goes way up. With the housing market bubble of 2008, institutions buying up foreclosures by the thousands. So this is why whenever we get some seriously negative news that drops the market like 15%, I usually get a bit suspicious ever since that time of that Korea FUD. Because South Korea, CNBC, all these big articles were coming out, South Korea banning cryptocurrency. And guess what the real report was? South Korea was actually cracking down on fraudulent exchanges and investigating them for fraudulent activity and avoiding taxes and trying to stay away from government regulation. So it wasn't South Korea banning cryptocurrency, it was them investigating fraudulent exchanges and shutting them down. So again, Business Insider, again, does not quote anyone specific on the statement of Goldman Sachs so-called wanting to get out of cryptocurrency. And again, on CNBC, a major news media that tries to contact Goldman Sachs, they said that they would not confirm that report because that's obviously not what they said. And again, I don't find it coincidence that all of a sudden there's unusual market behavior that may be like just a manipulation, like slightly before this news actually comes out. So guys, again, that's why when cryptocurrency drops, I usually don't care because it's not dropping for a certain reason. If Ripple went bankrupt and the XRP ecosystem is abandoned and it drops, yeah, I'd be worried. But when Ripple, the company, again, guys, has 100+ production contracts signed and then it's going down, I'm not worried because it doesn't make any sense for it to even go down. We just know it's the regular crypto bullcrap of having a currency that's actually being signed with banks going down, but Bitcoin Diamond up 120%. So again, guys, I kind of get a little bit too much into it when there's FUD because it really starts to irritate me because what they want you to do is sell your bags so that institutions can buy and lower. So again, guys, besides the FUD, great news, 100+ production contracts signed, and XRapid going live in the next 117 days. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, check the links in the description if you do want to support the channel. Get yourself a Nano S, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss a video or a stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys in the next one.